I am back, people. What's up, everybody? DJ Cash, your fellow NXT correspondent, is back to give you the NXT Rundown. I do apologize for not doing a review last week. I had some event projects that I needed to get done, a little backstage stuff. But yes, I am back to talk about NXT tonight. And of course, we had a fantastic main event. I thought we had a shocking upset. And also, we finally know the final competitor for the NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way match. We finally know that. I'm going to go over that and everything else tonight that happened here on NXT Rundown. Of course, we kicked off NXT with one of the best general managers in history in one William Regal addressing the NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way. Apparently, remember when Nikki Cross got pinned because a few distractions from the Narragansett, part of the Undisputed Era, but she ended up not being it, as it turns out. She got screwed out of her opportunity, so Mr. Regal gave her another opportunity in tonight's Battle Royal, which I'll be getting to in a few seconds. As well as Mr. Regal announced that next week on NXT, it will be the Authors of Pain getting their NXT Tag Team Championship rematch against the two members of Sanity, and he quoted to make sure to say, the two members of Sanity that are not part of the matchup, they will be banned from ringside, so it's going to be a straight-up 2-on-2 match, so I actually like that. And oh boy, what a match. The first match of the night, guys, we had, of course, you know I love it. I'm about to talk about it. It was tag team action. The newly team of Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch taking on the team of Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss. Now, going back to a couple of months ago when it was just Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch just having great one-on-one matches, and these were two guys that weren't really guys that you would actually put in the NXT spotlight, but they had two great matches that the people just wanted to see them again, so they just decided to come together and form a tag team. Which the two performances that these guys gave, I was very looking forward to. We did get a bit of a tease for when we saw them train in the performancers. This is really the first time we've seen them. And this match, people, I really, really enjoyed, because one of the things that I found interesting was the fact that they really put over Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss as the veteran team, while Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch have more experience as singles competitors. So to me, that made a lot of sense. And this match was physical as all get out. Danny Burch was a hot ball of fire, and I will say this, Oni Lorcan has a fantastic hot tag, as when he got in, he was just delivering his signature moves, uppercut after uppercut, that sweet swinging net breaker that he does through the air. And I actually liked Tito Sabatelli and Riddick Moss in this match. I thought they looked very good. And the best part is the Full Sail crowd was into it. I mean, they still boo Tito Sabatelli, but they're supposed to. So yeah, the crowd was into it. I was into this match. It was a really fun, short match for about the amount of time it got, and I felt it helped all four individuals. Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss got the win. I know a lot of people out there are going to be thinking, why would you beat Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan in their first tag team match? The thing is, people, I was completely fine with this because it's their first tag team match. Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss are the ones that have the veteran team experience. So it makes sense that they would go over it. Plus, I really do think you can make a story out of this. Just have them get better and better as a tag team. And then when they get that first big tag team win, it's going to mean more. So yeah, I was completely fine with everything about this. I loved it. We then go to a little bit of a recap for why Nikki Cross is in this Battle Royal, where she got screwed out of her opportunity by Tanara Gaji. And of course, up next on NXT was that Battle Royal to determine the final competitor for the NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way match when we get to NXT TakeOver Houston, or War Games. And boy, let me tell you something. They might as well name this the Mae Young Classic or the Preliminary Women's Battle Royal, because that's what this was. I was very appreciative to the amount of time that they gave to this Battle Royal, considering a lot of these women are the preliminary women from the Mae Young Classic, but I'm actually really happy that they kept a lot of these women, especially Bianca Belair and Lacey Evans, who I was really actually looking closely to them, and not like that, people, because I actually do like those two women, and I do think they need them. But let me ask you this, I wish William Regal would have explained if Nikki Cross gets another opportunity, doesn't that mean then Sonya Deville and the other people who were in the Triple Threat qualifying matches get another chance? Make it a real last chance Battle Royal. But other than that, I thought this was a fine Battle Royal overall. Again, I'm happy for these women. They're doing some great things. I think it was one point in the Battle Royal, Bianca Belair used her air to actually whip Billy Kay, which was a fantastic sight. But and then of course we got to the final four. It was Bianca Belair, Martinez, Billy Kay, and Nikki Cross. And at one point, Nikki Cross and Billy Kay actually rolled out of the ring, but it was through the rope, so it didn't count. And then all of a sudden, Bianca Belair, Martinez, and Billy Kay, they're out trying to get each other out, but then all of a sudden, Nikki Cross just over the top ropes everybody, and Nikki Cross is the final competitor for the NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4. So this will include Peyton Royce, Kairi Sane, Ember Moon, and Nikki Cross, which I think will be a 4-way elimination match. I don't know, but right now that's what I'm hearing. So I'm definitely looking forward to that match. So yeah, everything was good overall, and I like the fact that every single match leading up to this had some stakes. So yeah, good stuff. And real quick on a side note, I have to mention this. I found it so hilarious that when NXT General Manager William Regal had the NXT Women's Championship in his hand, boy, did that thing look like a toy. I'm sorry, but I was just dying of laughter at how small that thing was. But yeah. Up next, we come back from the commercial break, only to find that the NXT champion Drew McIntyre is discussing his recent tour. Again, I find it so funny on how they're getting with the times with using phones as microphones to interview. But then he is interrupted by one Zelina Vega, the business associate of Andrade, Cien Almas, who was asking him, when are we going to get the contract for the NXT Championship match? And then Drew McIntyre said, I said it once, I said it twice, I'll even say it thrice, and boy, was he throwing shade. All Andrade always, all he has to do is ask, and he'll give it to him. Now, I will say this, though, and I, as a guy, and as anyone out there, did anybody else find it very stunning on how the win was as well in Zelina Vega's era? She was just, like, stunned of, like, what McIntyre specifically said to her and just told her off. This is just great. They, of course, next advertised Alistair Black of being in action, and of course, he doesn't get a chance to because he is attacked by the one Velveteen Dream, and Velveteen Dream actually has him tied up in between the ropes. He slaps Alistair Black like he owed him money, and he just was saying, say my name. But then, of course, as he's running, Alistair Black gets his foot up, and as he dodges the mass kick, Alistair Black gets the last laugh. I don't know why, but this feud is weird. Two different characters. It's sitting around Velveteen wanting to say his name, but I like it. I don't know why. I like this feud. Alright, people, it is main event time here on NXT with, of course, the main event was Andrade Cien Almas going one-on-one with Roderick Strong. Holy crap, this match was fucking awesome. Like, this was pretty much an NXT TakeOver San Antonio rematch for anybody who remembers that match from San Antonio. And I remember that match being very, very good. That crowd just wasn't into it. But damn, was the Full Sail crowd into this match. Like, this match was stiff, physical, and very, very technical, which is what I very liked about this match. And also, like, it just did so much to, like, really reestablish Andrade always for him being like a serious competitor and actually getting the job done. I will say this though, the promo that Zelina Vega cut before the match started, I liked it, but I don't want this to be a situation where if Drew McIntyre literally flat out said that's all Andrade Almas has to do, I think that would add so much to his character of really adding some more legitimacy to him, which would be very good for Andrade. But yeah, back to this match. Andrade Almas, he does those back elbow shots so stiff that they're absolutely beautiful. The double knees to the corner, he did great. And of course, Roderick Strong. I mean, you know when we get a Roderick Strong match, he always puts forth effort into making someone else look good in a match, and he definitely made Andrade Almas look good. I mean, we even got to a point to like where both these guys were giving each other backdrops on the apron, but that one that Roddy delivered to Andrade almost looked stiff and hard as all get out. Like, there was like a reverse DDT net breaker from Andrade. And then, of course, the point of the match that popped me was when Zelina Vega did the Hurricane Rana to Roderick Strong on the outside. How the ref didn't see it, I'm going to have to go back and watch. And just did it like nobody else's business. did it better than half of the cruiserweights could do it. And yeah, I hope I don't get a lot of flack for that. But yeah, and she just did that thing. The crowd went nuts. Andrade Almas sent right back into the ring and did the arm hook DDT, and Andrade Almas got the win. Very, very good match, people. I thought it definitely added even more legitimacy to the rehabbing of Andrade Cien Almas, who Selena Vega has just been a blessing for him. Cannot wait for McIntyre versus Andrade when we get to Takeover. But what was very interesting after the match, Roderick was in the ring, and if you notice in the camera, he was bleeding from, like, I think on his back. Like, that's how physical and stiff that match was. But he is, of course, in his songs, like, really thinking that who comes out? Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly, Undisputed Era. And they give him, like, an Undisputed Era armband, very Nexus X. And with a very good cliffhanger, I thought, will Roderick Strong join Undisputed Era, or will he stick to his ways? And that was NXT. People, this episode I thought was just fantastic. Very good stuff. It really advanced a lot of what we're going to see at NXT TakeOver Houston. We have an NXT Tag Team Championship match next week. A very fun tag team opener to open the show. And also, we finally got the first full match set for NXT TakeOver Houston, quote unquote. So yeah, a lot was definitely accomplished in that. So definitely go out your way to check it out. Alright guys, it is time for me to head out, so I need to get this in and get this uploaded to this site. I will be, of course, back here to talk to you next week about NXT. I'm DJ Cass, and I will see you around. Later days.